There we go. Well, good evening. Seems like forever since I did a live stream. I hope everybody is doing okay. I've missed you all. I really have. It's amazing how fast time goes by and you're busy and you're getting things done, and it's unbelievable. So I hope everybody's doing well and welcome back. Uh, anyway, before we get started in this, I would just like to let everybody know that this is a very family friendly channel. Ask everybody to be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those simple, easy rules, you will be booted out of here because we will not tolerate those awesome people that you see lit up in blue. They will show you the door. It's very, very simple. And yeah. Oh my goodness. It has been quite an adventure down in West Virginia. I've had a great time down there, to be honest with you. It has been amazing. We got quite a bit done. I have about, let's see, I think I have 3 more videos from down there that are going to be going up, and so you guys will be seeing those in over the next couple days. But then we'll get back onto other stuff. So yes, the dogs went absolutely ballistic when I got home, especially Hella. She went absolutely nuts. And Caesar and Pandora were equally as excited that their daddy was home. So, did you find your water? Not yet, Nancy. There is what I'm going to need to do. Actually, We're talking with Dennis, and he has a post hole digger on auger, and we're going to take that down with us the next time that we go. And I'm going to try to dig down into both springs that way and see if I can't find something that way. There's water in both spots. The one is more promising than the other. The first spring is more promising than the other, but there's definitely there's work to be done on both spots. So we'll get there. It's gonna take time. It's gonna come together. I'll be going back down in October down to West Virginia. So we're gonna see what we can get done there, and we're gonna go from there. But yeah, it's the camper's going down the next time I go, so we're gonna get that set up, and um, the tent camping wasn't bad, honestly, other than the fact that we were on a little bit of a slope like that. Um, but it is what it is. So, but yeah, it was definitely quite the adventure. But there's a lot of work to be done down there. But it has a ton of potential, and so we're gonna see what we can get done and do what we can do and go from there. But JJ said, Ed, there are currently 26 active volcanoes, including the one in Arizona that's waking up. Oh, fun! So we're gonna talk a little bit about the volcanoes today, and everything like that. How will you heat the camper, and what about septic? Randy Romines. Well, there is there's propane for the camper, but we're gonna get into that. What the game plan is gonna be. Oh, there's a lot of clay, which is good. That can be used for a lot of different things. Yes, Candace, there is a lot of clay that can absolutely really be used for a tremendous amount of things. But I kind of got an idea when I came back home. I sat down with. Well, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk more about all that, about what the game plan is, and but I've been wanting to talk about La Palma, the volcano over there in the Canary Islands. The major ones that are going on right now. You got Etna is waking up again in Italy. You have La Palma in the Canary Islands, and you also have in Iceland right now they have a volcano going off as well. So yes, propane would be expensive heating all winter. we're gonna talk about those things. We're gonna talk about all that stuff. So anyway, with um, with all these volcanoes. So first of all, I'm kind of wondering, the governments of Spain, the government of Iceland, and the governments in Italy. I wonder if they're taking responsibility for all these greenhouse gases that they're allowing because of these volcanoes to go up into the atmosphere. And global warming is real, folks. Global warming is real, and this is going to be very detrimental, to that. All these emissions that they're allowing. This is affecting the planet, and they need to really take responsibility for what they're doing. They really do. I'm very upset with them. This is not acceptable. The amount of emissions. I want you guys to think about something. I know I'm saying this in jest, but I want you to think about this. The amount of gases. Oh, I didn't kill my volume. Hold on a second, folks. I'm sorry. The amount of gases which are being spewed from these volcanoes, and it is amazing to me. It is amazing to me. These are natural things. These are natural things that are can continue to occur. What these all those particles and stuff like that, it affects the sun. It blacks the sun. All of them do. Now, if we have one of the super volcanoes go, it's a lights out type of story for our planet. Okay, but with all the stuff that they're putting up in the atmosphere, it definitely affects things on the planet. Which does what? Does it heat the planet up? No, it cools the planet down. That's the reality. That is the reality. So I guess that's why we had to make the big switch from global warming to climate change. Remember how they've changed that? It's no longer called global warming, it's called climate change now. That's one of the main reasons why, is because they know, number one, we're in a grand solar minimum. That's number one, where the sun is not as active as it normally is. And so that definitely affects the planet. And with all these volcanoes and everything going off, oh yes, or by the way, which because we're in a grand solar minimum, that's why we're having more volcanic activity. Imagine that. It's not because of cow farts. The volcanoes are not going off because of cow farts. So just want to put that out there so that you understand. The planet is going to do what the planet is going to do. The planet has always done what the planet is going to do. Always. The whole global, the whole climate change nonsense, realistically, and we can call it what it is, nonsense, is about a carbon tax to continue to put you under their thumb and under their control. That's what it comes down to. And if you want to feed into that hysteria and nonsense, I say knock yourself out and have a really, really good time with that. You know, but yeah, the planet is very active right now. Hella, down, get down, down. Hold on a second. You hear me? I said get off that bed. Worse than children, I tell you right now, worse than children. But no matter what we do we affect the planet by dumping toxins into our oceans and chemicals and everything else? Absolutely, we affect the planet that way. And I will never say that we don't, by putting poisons, especially in our oceans. But when the planet has had enough of our nonsense, they're going to spit us out and kick us off like fleas off of a dog. That's what the planet will do. Because when it's had enough, it'll have enough. So, it is, it amazes me. It really just amazes me of how gullible and how much suckers people are. It blows me absolutely away. Absolutely away. It really does. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to talk about La Palma, and I want you to remember. So there is a gentleman that I've been kind of watching his channel. Spanish gentleman that has been doing updates and you know, with what's going on over there and stuff like that. And I know there's been a little bit more activity with La Palma. It's shaking up a little bit more and getting bigger. And he was saying that you know that the scientists that are there, you know, are saying that there's really not a lot to be concerned about. I want you to remember something else. Let's talk about uh, the volcanologist, okay? And I'm going to bring you back to a little event that happened a few years ago, and how they were saying that, you know, they were monitoring it, Mount St. Helens. If you guys remember that, some of you will, some of you won't. I remember it. I was a kid, teenager when that happened. And so they had the volcanologists all over the place, and they're studying it, and they think that, well, there may be this and it may be that, and you know, they know it was going to erupt, but you know, they weren't sure exactly how, because they don't know. Okay, now do they know that there's going to be an eruption? Of course, they know there's going to be eruption. To the degree of how bad the eruption is going to be, they're guessing like anybody else. And if you remember correctly, when when Mount St. Helens went, it didn't do what they thought it was going to do. Not at all. And when it went, one of the volcanologists actually died because they were up there monitoring things and they were killed. So when you hear these volcanologists, or you hear people saying, you know, oh, it's not so bad and we're not worried about it, I don't wouldn't take that, you know, Asif, if it blows off part of the island, East Coast is toast. Yes, absolutely, Asif, absolutely. Um, and that is a real possibility. You know, that's not fantasy. That's not, you know, fear mongering. Thank you very much to Asa for the donation. I do appreciate that. You know, they can say we believe it's going to do this or we believe it's going to do that, but at some point, maybe not this eruption, okay, but maybe the next eruption, you know, something happens. When, and that's a matter of when, that sloshes off into the ocean, that huge section that is twice the size of Isle of Man. Okay, when that does happen, and it's a matter of when, not if, that will affect the entire East Coast. I mean, is you know, you can there's what are you going to do? And realistically, you have to be realistic. You're not going to get everybody out. There's just no way. There's not enough time. There's not enough logistics or any of that type of stuff. It's just not going to happen. The reality is millions and millions of people would die. That's the reality. Now, would some people get out? Sure, but not a lot. Not as many as you would think. Hey, Tiger 454. They passed HR 3250, which contains red flash laws for the military. Really? I did not. I hadn't seen that. I like I said, I hadn't been really red flag. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, the red flag laws for the military. Yeah. Well, they're playing games. They're playing games. Hey, Pamela Sherry. How far in will the tsunami go? That you know what, and that is a good question. There's been a lot of speculation on that. I want you to think about this: 100-foot wall of water. Okay, 100-foot wall of water traveling at 500 miles an hour when it hits the coast. It can travel inland a long, long way before it would slow down. Have you heard anything on Yellowstone caldera or any new activity? The best source of information for that, for Yellowstone, is Mary Greeley News. To be honest with you, I mean, and she has been talking. There has been uplift, and here's what I find interesting. There, and this is from Mary Greeley, okay, because I watch her as well, and she's saying that there's underreporting. This is coming from her, so I don't want you to think that this is me saying this is a report and Prepper Nurse One said this is what's happening. Underreporting of earthquake activity at Yellowstone. All right. Uh, Also, that a lot of monitors, which this is a fact, a lot of monitors are offline. Why would you, if you were trying to monitor a supervolcano such as Yellowstone, um, As says, I watch her channel too. Yeah, I think she's awesome. I really do. Thank you very much for the donation as well, Asif. I do appreciate that. But you know, she's like I said, she was saying, again, why would you have these monitors offline if you're trying to keep an eye on what's going on? Or maybe the activity is actively waking up there, and you're trying to suppress it because as anybody, if you are paying attention at all to the world and what's happening, you got to understand. I think it's 8 or 9 super volcanoes, something like that, around the world, and any one of them can go, any one of them. And if one of them goes, that is really like the end of the story. That's a very, very bad day. Oh, I'm farther from that. Yeah, I'm farther inland than 300 miles. Yeah, I we'll see. And once again, so let's talk about that. All right. If we have a tsunami hit the East Coast, it is going to definitely affect things way, way farther in, and it'll obviously slow down as it gets farther in. But the loss of life would be catastrophic. You would want to get as high ground as you possibly can. Where I'm at in New York, I'm at about 1,600 feet elevation, and so we should be fine because of that. Right now, we would survive because I'm far enough inland. I think I'm like from New York City. God, I'm like 360, 370 miles um, inland. So, you know, the problem would be the problem would be there would be so much damage all along the entire East Coast. You look at all the nuclear reactors that we have throughout that entire region. There's a tremendous amount of nuclear reactors. The amount of people that we would lose, the amount of property damage. It's not like it would be done and then you go back home. There'd be nothing to go back to. For a lot of people, you know, it would be, like I said, it would be catastrophic. Now, have these things happened in the past? They have proven that there was a tsunami that hit the West Coast in the past because of earthquake activity and stuff like that. And oh yeah, let's not forget about the fault line all along the West Coast, right? Let's not forget about that. But you know, this hits if this slides off and we end up getting a tsunami because of that, which is a real possibility. All right, this volcano is not slowing down; it's actually cranking up, is what it's doing right now, La Palma. So it would, like I said, it would be an absolutely catastrophic event, and there would not be enough ample time to get everybody out. There just wouldn't be, and that's scary. That's scary and it's sad, unfortunately, but that's the reality of of what would happen, and that's just unfortunately that is life, and so again, location, location, location. I mean, I don't know how to be more clear. You have to, what you have to do is when it comes to prepping and being a prepper and thinking of everything, you have to look logistically where you're at. What are your threats? What are your threat levels? Okay. A tsunami, there's not really a whole lot you can do to prepare for a tsunami. Even if you know, first of all, I would never recommend being on the main roads. I would absolutely back roads all the way is going to be your better chance if something like that happened. The main roads are going to be parking lots. People are not going to be moving. They're not going to be going. You look at, and I think the best example to explain it for people so they understand. You ever been in rush hour traffic? Okay, and that's just people trying to get home or going to work. That's all that is. That's not the entire city trying to leave in one direction in one time. And even if they closed down the inbound traffic and opened up the traffic so all the traffic was heading out, you would still be at a parking lot, you know? Did you hear we had a 5.9 earthquake in Melbourne, Australia last week? I did hear that, Philip. Yep, I did hear that. Yep. So, but yeah, it's just there's a lot of activity. There's a lot of things to pay attention to. So when you're doing prepping, you have to think about. You try to think about every contingency. Where is going to be the safest location to ride out whatever the case may be? It might not just be an economic collapse. It might not just be a lights out situation. Um, it's everything overall. Look who's here to say hello. Yeah, ours went up about 10 cents just before I left to go to West Virginia. And on my way down through there, West Virginia was probably Pennsylvania was higher. Pennsylvania's gas prices were actually higher than New York, and but West Virginia wasn't too bad, but it's still over $3 a gallon in West Virginia. Hell, it stop now. Go on, stop. Jealous. So you want to say hello?
Hello.
And what has Heather been doing while Dad was off to West Virginia?
Been making a lot of jewelry.
Making a lot of jewelry. You want her to go? Heather's going to put in her site on here. So if anybody is interested in checking out what she is putting up on her Etsy account, and
If you look up that name on Etsy, should come up. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
her daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Candace, for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. And she's saying, she says, "Thank you, Heather. My daughter loved the jewelry, so that's cool. I'm glad she liked it too. That's good."
Mm-hmm.
So yes, if you Miss Carswell's Creations, and that's one MS, so not two MISS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to um, check that out. Heather has been busy making jewelry and getting things put up.
I'm putting up more stuff, not always daily, but like every other day ish. So check in and see if there's gonna be more stuff because there usually is.
So anyway,
People want me to get this stall
you
open.
getting bad weather your way? Not right now. Actually, we had a couple days of rain, and right now we're in a stretch. We did get a lot of rain the other last couple days, and it is. I got to start leaving her link. Yes, I know. I got to start leaving her link. I will do that. I will try to. I will get that put in. Um, every so like with the other stuff for like my link for my website and my link for my email and all that stuff. I'll get that put into so people can go there and look. So I will do that. Oh, and there's Miss Stella.
People
And of
were
course
requesting.
you're wearing black and I'm wearing black. Oh, I'm wearing blue today, so maybe she will. There she is, little Miss Stella. But so anyway, too, I wanted to let everybody know that this next week I will be live streaming for my hardcore preppers on Monday. But on Thursday, because I've been gone and haven't done anything for a week, I will be doing another live stream for all members, member levels that are members of the channel. So if you would like to be a member of the channel, if you go to the main page on YouTube, you will see the join button. That is how you can join. And so just putting that out there if anybody is interested. And so I will be doing a private live stream for my hardcore preppers on Monday. And I do that once a week for them. But for everybody on Thursday that is a member, whatever level you are, it's not going to make any difference. I will have that up there for you guys then. Uh, I will tell you this, guys. Walking around down in West Virginia, uh, I definitely will lose weight down there. There's no doubt. I was down there and I was like, if I don't lose 5 pounds when I get back home, I'm going to be really pissed off. Up and down those hills, I mean, it is pretty steep. It's a great workout, great workout. But yeah, it was definitely it was definitely kept me busy. I can say that. But not, like I said, it was good though. It was a good thing. So, but it's beautiful down there, and like I said, it has a tremendous amount of potential, decent elevation. So again, that was a big part of why I wanted to pick that spot. And like I said, as far as the water goes, we're going to get that straightened out. There's that spring. The one spring is definitely much more viable than the other. It's just a matter of you know getting it squared away where I can get in there and really get at it. So it'll get down there. You may have gained growing muscle mass. Yes, and muscle does weigh more than fat, but it's weird. You would think that I would have really felt it in my legs, walking up and down, but my legs felt fine. Now I was sucking a little wind. I'm not going to lie about that part of it, but and I so okay. So I do want to address this really quickly, and some of you guys may have noticed in the comments. We have a new super troll, if you want to call that. And I will tell you this right now, without a doubt, it's a child. 15, 16 years old, maybe. So I don't blame him. I blame his parents for raising an a-hole. That they think that that's funny to act the way that they're acting. I'm not engaging with this individual. I'm blocking and removing all the comments as soon as they're going up. You have probably seen some of them, but they're gone rather quickly. I would ask you all, and you guys know exactly who I'm talking about because you've seen the comments. Anybody that follows the channel, please do not engage this individual because that's what they want. They want to stir things up. They want to hear your comments and all that type of stuff. So as soon as I see that they're up there posting, I'm in there. I block them. I remove the comments. And again, it's a child. It is an absolute child. There's no way, and I'm going to tell you how I know it's a child. Okay, so the comments are generally, if once I block them by 3 o'clock the next day when school's out, imagine that. Then the new account comes on with the new name, and they're on there making all the same stupid comments. It's absolutely a child, and so that's kind of sad that they have no life. So it's just you're always going to get it. You're always going to get people that are going to act that way, and you know, yeah, I'm going to show that one. Um, but yeah, it's just you're always going to get that. That's part of it. If you're on YouTube, you're going to have the people that are going to say all kinds of stuff. But here's the thing, and I think this is actually funny because anybody that makes any kind of negative comment, I always look to see. I look to see their channel for them showing how to do things the right way. Number one, I don't mind constructive criticism. Let me just put that out there right now. I don't mind constructive criticism. If I did something wrong, um, I have no problem with you guys pointing it out. Okay, none whatsoever. Now, I don't do construction. I'm not a construction guy. Dennis told me to get pipe with holes in it. I went down and I got pipe with holes in it. That's what I saw. So I got the wrong pipe. That's 100% on me. That ain't on Dennis at all. But it is what it is. Okay. It was $12. Now I can go down there at any time with a shovel, clean it out, put a new pipe in there. It's really, and like I said, I'm glad people pointed that out, and that's fine. And then people were like, "Oh, well, you didn't even bring any tools with you," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? Of course we brought shovels and like I said, everybody's got an opinion, and they're always going to put in their 2 cents. But again, I always like to go to their channel to see them demonstrating how to do things the right way. And lo and behold, 99% of the time, there's absolutely no videos of them doing anything. So, armchair quarterbacks. That's what that is all about. And that's fine. So, yeah, $12 is a cheap lesson. Exactly, Okie Forge. And you know what the best part is? I will never make that mistake again. And there you go. Morning Light just said, "Edit, it's a learning experience. Don't worry about it." And that's exactly it. How do we learn? I want you guys to think about this. I want you to think this is really important. How do we learn? We learn from our mistakes. And when you make a mistake and you do something wrong, you don't do it again. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It really is. So, and it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, you know, I just, you know what, I had a absolutely awesome time down there. Opening up some of the trails was cool. Going on the hikes was cool. I didn't even come close to looking at all the property, not even close. There is plenty of time. I'm going to be doing plenty, of more video down there and showing you things and stuff like that. So there's time. So I got it. So I'm going to put it out here now, just because I'm always. Here's the best part. The trolls probably hate this aspect of me because I'm honest to a fault. They can't catch me in lies because I don't lie. So that's a kind of a cool thing too, and I think that that's funny because I'm sure they go through these videos looking for any kind of discrepancies, and they're not going to find them because I'm transparent. I'm consistent. I say it like it is. I always will stand behind what I say. I'm not going to deviate. That's just the way it is, and it always has been that way, and it never is going to change. So when I came home from this trip, and I sat down with Mom and Beck and talked with them, and with everything as crazy as it is around the world, and everything that's going on, and realistically, financially, it's not smart for me to go down there this winter. Okay. So, what I do plan on doing, I do plan on going down next month with a camper and getting the camper set up. I do plan on going down there in November. And in November, I may spend a week again, or maybe 2 weeks. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided. Down there trying to work on some things. All right. I'm not going to winter there this year. They want me to stay home just because, like I said, again, with all the craziness going on and everything, they asked me if I would stay home and what I need to do down there to prepare to stay down there more of a year round type of thing. There is a lot that has to be done. And I don't have the money to do it all. A lot of my money got tied up, with doing everything that we've done already and also, buying the property and everything else. So, if you leave that camper there for the winter, won't rodents move in? Well, what, and probably not in the wintertime, because there's not going to be, you know, I'm going to make sure that the access to anything, it's a brand new camper, so we'll just keep everything taped up and coordinated off. So hopefully it should be okay. We'll see. I mean, they could move in here in the winter. So, but yeah, I'll put mothballs. I will put, Irish Spring soap. I will leave all that all over inside that camper when I do that. But so what I do plan on doing is, no, the pipes aren't going to freeze because they haven't been used. There's no water in the system at all. So, and if there was, you would want to put like antifreeze into it because that's what I used to do with my other camper. You put antifreeze into the lines and it won't freeze. But there's not been any water through the lines of that at all because it hasn't been used at all. That camper hasn't been. And when I go down there, I don't plan on using the toilets. There's no water in there at all. So we'll just so that's what we're gonna do with that. You know. But yeah, there's like I said, that's so I'm planning now the plan. And here's the best part. If I decide in the middle of winter, if I decide in January that I want to get out of here for a week and go down to West Virginia, I can go down there. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? So um but I think it would be smarter for me to wait until like March and then go down there and really get working on things. So I'm going to be back and forth, from West Virginia to New York, and we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. And I'm going to try to get things as squared away as I possibly can. I did not go with the incentive to move to West Virginia for the 12,000. No, I was not one of those people that did that. They have all kinds of stipulations and rules if you're going to be in that program. So I am not going to have anybody dictate to me what rules that I have to follow as far as that goes. Put mothballs underneath the camper, not inside. Okay. Well, I would do both. I would do absolutely both. Yeah, antifreeze in the traps in the toilets, absolutely. But like I said, again, there hasn't been any water run in this camper at all. There's been no water put in this camper. So the storage tanks are completely dry. They're empty. It hasn't been used at all. Hey, heroic prepper, have you been getting the Japan lanternflies like we here in New Jersey, Pennsylvania? They kill trees, crops, and more. It's a huge infestation. We haven't had that up here. No, we haven't had any issues with that. Um, I think you're talking about like Japanese beetles type of thing. I think that's what you might be talking about. That hasn't been an issue up here this year. Yeah, so it's like I said, there hasn't been any water in this camper at all. So there's nothing to clean out. That everything is empty. So no pipes are gonna break because, like I said, nothing's been put in there. Now, when I go down in the spring, obviously, then I would. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll winterize it really really good before we leave there. And like I said, I'm gonna be going back down in November anyway. And so I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna work on what I can. At how much of the road are you responsible for maintaining? There is different people that use the roads, and there's not a lot, to be honest. There's like three or four people, different people that use those roads. So those roads are not traveled very much at all. I just wanted to work on certain spots to make it better so that I can travel in and out. That's my um oh, rogue prepper. No, these. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't seen a spotted lantern. Okay, yeah, I have not seen anything up here that's doing anything like that up here in New York. So yeah, we haven't had any issues with that. And if there had been, I would tell you. I would absolutely tell you. So well, while we were down there, I showed you guys that one pile of scat from a bear, and so that was like from the night before, but we didn't see any. There's definitely black bear in the area. That's what happens. You're in the woods. That's what happens. Plenty of turkey. I saw a ton of turkey. There's plenty of deer. A lot of deer I've seen up there. So and that's fine. But it just like I said, it's did you notice any wild edibles on the property? There's always, if you are in a forest of any type, there's always wild edibles. So that is absolutely you know that is absolutely there. There's plenty of those type of things. Like I said, there's a lot of exploration to do on this property, a ton of exploration to do on this property, and I will continue to do it. And you know, yeah, it'll be fun. Like I said, I'm excited. So anyway, inside of a camper, guys, use mothballs and dryer sheets. That's what the mice don't like. So if you make sure you put a lot of mothballs around, and a lot of dryer sheets on the inside, that's what will keep the mice at bay. Irish Spring soap really doesn't work that well. I heard that it does, but then I've heard other people say that it doesn't. I will definitely be looking when I go down the next time. I will be looking for ginseng. I will definitely look for that. So that's when I go down next month. That will definitely be on the list of things that I'm going to do. But you know, Ed, are you planning on attending Mr. P's gathering? As of right now, I still plan on attending. We're gonna have to see what happens with that. To be honest with you, it depends on what I have going on down there. But as of right now, I still do plan on attending, and we'll see. The priority, realistically, the priority right now is not any more get-togethers. The priority is trying to get things as squared away on that property as I can, and I got plenty of maple trees on the property. There is, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be able to do down there. I want to thank, first of all, let me just put this out here. James came over. He's from Virginia, and he came over and he helped a lot. We had obviously Dennis came with me down there, and he helped a ton. He was the one. He told me, he goes, "Hey, listen," he goes, "you don't have to hire somebody to come in there." He goes, "We'll just hire the equipment." He goes, "And I can handle any equipment." I'm like, okay, so and he had a blast. He was having a blast on that Bobcat. As if you watched any of the videos, you could see he knows what he's doing. A tremendous, tremendous help with that. That was huge, and I want to tell them I appreciate that. John also came to visit while we were there, and he was down there, and then I think we had two Johns. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I think we had two Johns that came down. Yeah, we did. I was trying to think about it. I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't both of those guys in there? Yeah, so we had John from West Virginia came down, and he was there on the one day, and then the other John from Virginia and his wife came down as well. So it was really nice seeing the people that came down. I wish I would have had more time to visit, but we were very, very busy trying to get things done. And that was a working trip. That wasn't a hanging out and sitting around by the fire type of get together. So, and I have to laugh. I got to tell you, this is so funny. And it blows me away, some of these people, and I just and it's just not acknowledging the trolls. It's just, but I always find it amusing when they're like, when people are like, well, you're videotaping, you're not working. Well, I'm working until I stop to videotape what we're doing and talk about what we're doing, because I want to share that information, and then I put the camera down and then I go back to work. But because I'm not doing something while I'm doing a video and talking to people, certain people are like, "Oh, well, you're not doing anything." I'm like, "You got to be freaking kidding me!" So that I thought was funny. I'll be honest with you. I always thought that was very, very funny. But yeah, I haven't even asked for a thumbs up or anything today. Look at me. I'm just so I'll do it now. We're at what, almost 500 people in the chat. We had 277 on the thumbs up. So I am. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet to show support for the channel, I would ask you to do so, and thank you ahead of time for doing that. Also, it really does help with the algorithms, and thank you for that as well. It really makes a difference. It pushes us up higher in the ranking. So you know, thank you for doing that. I like to see a lot of thumbs up as the third reason. And again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. So, um, real quickly, you've probably been, if you've been watching the videos, you've been hearing it. Legacy is raising their prices on food at the end of the month. I have to increase all the prices of the food. The cost will be going up as of the 1st of October. So, because of that, I decided to do a sale and let you know while the prices are at their current prices, I would do a sale on that. So right now on my website at preppernurse1.com, if you go there, you click on store, it will drop down. It says Legacy Foods. You click on that, it will take you to the store within inside the website. If you make a purchase, when you check out, 20% will come off automatically. Uh, no better time. This is the best advantage you're going to get because the prices are where they are right now until the 1st of October. Then the prices are going to be going up. And I would encourage you to take advantage of that right now. Also, again, 20% off when you check out. 25-year shelf life, GMO free. It is made in the United States. It is vegetarian, but beef and chicken options can be purchased separately. Also, it is gluten options are available for people that need them as well, and it is the largest portion size of any of the other freeze-dried food companies. So definitely take advantage of that as well. At the comments you get are so bad as someone asking how many times per day you use the restroom. I know it's just some of the stuff, it blows me away. I'll be honest with you. I look at it and I'm just like, it's like, how did you finance the property? That's none of your business. You know what I mean? It's just it's stuff like that. It's like, it'd be like me calling up a complete stranger and say, yeah, now how much money do you make and where do you spend your money and how do you spend your money? It's nobody's business how I did anything. So I just always thought that was amazing. So But anyway, also on my website we have the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. You will see their logo if you go to my website, preppernurse1.com. If you click on that logo, it will take you to their website. If you decide to make a CBD or hemp purchase, 15% will come off when you check out if you use the discount code PrepperNurse1 on their website. Okay. But, you know, Randy Romans, I had to admit to shame one idiot. I couldn't help myself. Now, and I get it. I want, first of all, I want to tell you what I do appreciate you guys coming in and defending me against trolls. I do. But all that does when you defend me against them, it feeds into their negativity. They love that. That's what they want. They want to get a well. They want to try to get a rise out of me. They want to try to get a rise out of you guys. Again, I'm going to ask you guys if you see a trollish type of comment or if you see an idiot posting multiple comments, just ignore them because as soon as I see it, I'm going to go in and I'm going to block them and I'm going to remove every single comment. So that's what I would ask you to do, moving forward. And like I said, I do appreciate you guys having my back. I do, but it's like that doesn't help. They get tired after a while if we don't feed into it and they don't get the response that they want. Like I said, realistically, the reality is when it comes to the trollish type of individuals, you have to feel sorry for them. Maybe mom didn't make them their sandwich to bring it down into the basement for them. I don't know. Maybe mom didn't hold them enough when they were babies, and now they're angry at the world. You just don't know. But it's just you really got to feel sorry for them. Or in the case of the latest one that is, thinking that they're having a little fun, it's a child. So you have to realize that the parents raised a snotty little kid. That's what it comes down to with zero respect. So that's part of it. And so that I blame the parents. The child is just a child. So you have to always look at it like that. And does that child need a good smack? Absolutely. But it's just it's crazy. But yeah, it's just you know again. Oh, so let's do egg count. I know we haven't even we got to get back in the normal routine of things. And like I said, I do apologize, but I do want to talk about the volcanoes a little bit more as well. To be honest with you, we're going to get into that in a second. But let's do the egg count now. And so while we're doing the egg count, let's do another thumbs up if you haven't shot one yet, and I appreciate that. So I'll give you guys a minute to get your guesses up here. All right. If you had the same exact guess as Terry Willie with 6 eggs, that's where we were at today. So I'll tell you what's going on with the chickens. All right. So 6 eggs I got today. I have several chickens that are molting. So they're growing feathers, so they're not laying. And no, Thick Neck did not lay today. That's 2 days in a row she did not lay. We had 6 eggs yesterday. The day before that, we had 8 eggs. But a lot of them are growing feathers, including Thick Neck. She's got feathers coming in. My older girls, I guarantee you, they're not laying anymore. So I have like 5 of them. They're the Rhode Island Reds. 5 of them are definitely not laying. My young girls are definitely starting to lay regularly, which is good. My middle-aged girls, my white ones that I have there, those 5 white hens, a lot of them right now are, they're like I said, they're molting. So I got a bunch of the girls are molting, and I'm proud of you, Ed. I've been watching since you were in the old RV, and now look at you. I'll tell you what. Sometimes I go back and I will look at things and I go, "How many hours did you put on the Bobcat?" Well, we were allowed. Well, let me talk about this first. I go back sometimes and I look at the older videos and I realize how far we've come with what we've done here. and it really does blow me away. It really does. I'm like, wow, we really did get a lot done. So that's a kind of a cool thing. But so as far as the bobcat, we were allowed to do 8 hours a day. So the first day that we got it, Dennis did the pad, put stone on that pad because we had the load of stone brought in, and so we did that, and so he probably did a couple hours because we got it later in the afternoon. So he did a couple hours the first day. The Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I would say he probably averaged maybe between 5.5 to 6 hours a day on those. So, will you get cows on the new property in the future? Absolutely not. Nope. No, I will not have cows. Cows are a lot of work, a lot of work. And so, no, I will not have. There's plenty of people around there that have cows. So, no, no cows for me. What I may do down the road, once I get things more squared away down there, I may, buy a half a cow and put it in the freezer. That I may do. I would definitely like to have goats up there. I think goats would be a really, really advantageous thing to have. I do want to do obviously chickens again down there, and I want. I'm probably gonna do. I'll do rabbits. Once I get set up. There's a lot of stuff that's got to get set up first. There's a lot of infrastructure that needs to be addressed to start with, and so there's plenty of other things to do before I start adding a whole bunch of animals down there. I to be honest with you, like the animals that we have here, there are plenty of work here. So they're definitely a lot of work. So, but yeah, goats would be good. You could set them out and they'll eat all that grass up and everything like crazy. Absolutely. So, but yeah, so I definitely would like to do goats from that standpoint. Yeah, animals are a lot of work. People have no idea. Have you started your four wheeler to make sure it still runs okay? Yeah, the four wheeler's fine. The four wheeler's working just fine. But yeah, we got a lot of work done with the Bobcat. Clearing stuff out and it like I said, there's a ton of work to do down there, and it's just going to take time. That's I think seeing it from this perspective this time, and like I said, a lot of people that haven't been watching my channel for a long time haven't seen how long it has taken us to get to where we're at now. None of this happened overnight. So when people come in now and they see the homestead and they see the raised beds are all done, and they see the greenhouse here, and they see Becky and Mom's place, and they see my place, and they see the woodshed in the battery room, and the panels up on this nice rack and all that type of stuff, they see it and go, oh, this guy's got it made. I mean, this is a piece of cake. He's all set up. Yeah, it's taken us 7 years to get to this point. This wasn't overnight, and it didn't happen in a blink of an eye. Becky and I, just so you guys know too, they just celebrated a year of being here. This month, September, was when Becky moved up here, and so they, as of the first, I think it was the 1st of September, is when they moved in full time. So they have been here for a year already, and I am very, very happy to have them here. And it's nice to have family close. If you get along with your family, it's good to have family around. But I like that aspect of it. That I'm there for them and they're there for me. I will tell you what happened today, and some things are embarrassing, and you don't want to always tell them everything. But like I said, I like to be honest. So uh, I got home. So so what happened was I was planning on staying in West Virginia until Wednesday, and the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday in West Virginia was rain all day, both days. So I was like, "There's nothing we could do." So we packed up on Monday night and we left on Monday night. And so I drove through the night and got home late later early on Tuesday. And so I was wiped out. It was a long drive, and so we got home. Uh, then the forecast for here was rain on Wednesday and Thursday, which it did. It rained all day Wednesday. It rained most of the day on Thursday as well. And so I took a couple days, did low key, just trying to recuperate, to be honest with you. And so today I have a laundry list of things that I need to do here. I had a load of wood dropped off before, while I was gone. So I have 4 face cord of wood sitting in my driveway that have to be stacked. I had to finish painting Becky and Mom's place. I got to cut the grass again. There's a few other things that need to be addressed. I may get another load of stone brought in here just to clean up some spots that I wanted to get cleaned up. And that's going to be dumped, and that's going to be all wheelbarrow work. So, but anyway, so we did not build a woodshed for Becky this year. No, that just like I said, the finances were not there for it this year. So, and when the price of wood went absolutely crazy, it was crazy. So anyway, so today I said I'm gonna get started on my list of things that I need to do. So I wanted to paint today, so I did, and I painted the front where you guys see when I walk around. I did that first. In the backside, it's very uneven, very unsteady. So you have to put like rocks under part of the ladder. And so I'm up on the ladder, and the ladder decided it was time to fall down. And so, yes, I fell off the ladder today. And thank goodness, number one, I wasn't at the highest point, but I was high enough. And so when the ladder started going, I jumped, and the ground is not flat ground. The ground is like this. So when I hit, I landed on my feet fine, but then I rolled off into the weeds, and I smacked my back. But that happens, and they were both like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm fine. I'm okay. But what I did after that, I said, "Beck, I just hold the ladder for me," which I should have done in the first place in hindsight. But again, how do we learn? We learn from our mistakes and being bullheaded and being stupid and thinking, I can do this and this is going to be fine. So that's what happened. So, no, Mom and Beck's water is not running yet. They have the guys are working on things. Um, so let me give you kind of updates of what's going on with Mom and Becky's place. So coming into this year, they had both of the lofts needed to be taken care of. They needed to be insulated, drywalled, the flooring put into the one loft, the floors in on the other loft, but need to be insulated and squared away for before winter comes. That's Randy Romines. I always learn that way, the hard way. I'm bullheaded. I'm stubborn, So yeah, that's how I learn. I learn the hard way. But anyway, so their one loft has been insulated and drywalled. It's mostly done in there for them. Yeah, we got time. We'll still talk about the volcano. Um, so then on the other end, they got the insulation started in there. They're going to get that squared away as well. They want to get it obviously more boxed in for the winter, and plus they're also getting the water taken care of and getting that set up. So they should have that all taken care of, hopefully before the real bad weather comes in. But yeah. So yeah, Mama Bear says, "Watch yourself, Ed. If things hurt and go get checked out." No, I'm absolutely fine. I'm absolutely fine. My pride was hurt probably more than anything else. I'll be honest with you. So, all right. So let's go back. Let's talk some more about these volcanoes, guys. Let's get back on topic of that. Um, this volcano's been erupting. La Palma has been erupting for a week. There's, like I said, 26 volcanoes actively erupting right now, and I want you to think about what that's doing, how much stuff is going up into the upper atmosphere from these volcanoes, the gases, and all that type of stuff. And there's a lot going on with that. I did spill the paint. Yes, Patty, the paint got spilled as well. No, like I said, everything went. So, um, you know, but the gallon was less than half full. So, we lost a little bit of paint. That's not a big deal. But so Anyway, so that's but so you're having all this stuff that's going up into the atmosphere, plus the damage that it's doing. I don't know if you saw that it was like a really cool looking pool on the side of that mountain, and the lava came down and just ate that pool up. You know, yeah, no crying over a little spilled paint. No, it was, hey, you know, it happens. You learn, but yeah, most I like that. Most common cause of injury in older men is thinking they are still young men. Hey, in here, I'm still a young man. Okay, I'm not that old yet. Now, if I'm in my 70s and I'm up on a ladder and I have issues, then you can tell me that. But I'm still young. I got another 20 years. So I don't go as fast as I used to go. But I still do pretty good for my age. I'm not going to complain. There's a lot of guys my age that are sitting around and all kinds of health issues and all kinds of problems. And, you know, I'm very fortunate, very, very fortunate. And, but I think staying active is really one of the keys to staying young. You got to keep moving. When people stop moving, that's when they have issues. But I want, so listen, I want to know. This is what I want to know. You know, they just had the big meeting, you know, for the UN, right? What kind of fines? This is important. Now, listen. Now, what kind of fines do they plan on levying against Spain for La Palma? What kind of fines do they plan on levying against Iceland for their volcano going off there? What kind of fines are they going to levy against the carbon tax? You know, against Italy for Etna going off again. You know, Etna just keeps going off. I mean, this is not acceptable. So they need to be paying their carbon tax for all this pollution that they're putting up in the air. Someone has to be responsible, right? Someone absolutely has to be responsible, and if they're not taking responsibility for this, that's definitely affecting the planet. So I think something should be done. Yeah, it's Trump's fault. That's right. It's got to be Trump's fault. You know, the general answer for everything. I'm gonna in all seriousness, guys. I'm gonna tell you what, with everything that is going on, and I know I'm not the only one that is called this food shortages, and I believe honestly, well, the volcanoes in Hawaii, yeah. Well, then the United States needs to step up and take their responsibility as well. But you know, food shortages being manipulated in a lot of the ways, in my opinion, when you have your own government telling farmers to plow under fields and not harvest their crops. Things are done on purpose, in my opinion. When you see those type of things happening, when you take those government subsidies, when you take those government subsidies, they control you, they own you. And there is a farmer locally here that I have friends of mine that had talked about this with me. And there was a bunch of other farms that took the subsidies from the government, and this one farm wouldn't. And they asked this couple asked this guy, and they said, "Well, why didn't you ever take the subsidies as well? You know, from the government?" And the guy said, "Listen, the minute you start taking the subsidies from the government, they own you, and they will dictate to you what you're going to do and what you're not going to do because their hand is in your pocket." And that's what happens with a lot of these farmers, guys. A lot of these farmers are dealing with that. And so when the government comes in, and you got to think about this, and realistically, if I'm a farmer, I'm Farmer Joe, and I have soybeans, and that's what I grow. I grow 1,000 acres of soybeans. And the government says, well, listen, Farmer Ed, I'm going to give you 1.5 times what all your soybeans are worth. If you harvested them, took them to market, I'm going to give you 1.5 times what they're worth if you plow them under. Now, I know that those soybeans are going to help a lot of people if I harvest them and put them on the market. But if the government's going to give me 1.5 times what those crops are worth, what am I going to do? No green tea tonight. I'm drinking water. I'm going to plow them under. That's what they do, because they own you. Because then what happens is if you say, screw you, I'm not doing that, they're going to make it difficult for you all along the way because that's what the government can do. That's how it goes. So they're disposing of these crops, which is going to cause problems down the road here. And that's a fact. Look it up. I'm not making this up. So when we have food shortages and people are like, well, what the heck is going on? Why is this happening? Look at the government. That's the reason right there. So, you know, and yeah, the EV3 Dale said it's been going on since the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression. You're 100% correct. Why do you think, and I want you to think about this again, always want you to think, always want them wheels turning. Who is now, I think, the largest owner of farmland in the country? A lot of you know the answer to this. Who is now the largest owner of farmland in the country? So I want your answers in the chat, guys. And the first one that's correct, you win absolutely nothing. There we go. Kimberly Brick is the first one that's got it right. Gates, Bill Gates. He's been buying farmland like crazy. Why? Why? So, when you have these mega super rich people, it's not China, guys, it's Bill Gates. When you have these mega rich people doing something, they have an agenda. They always have an agenda. And at the end of the day, the agenda is about control. And again, if you guys remember, some of you are old enough to remember, I'm old enough to remember, Henry Kissinger in the 1970s said, if you control the food, you control the people. So again, why would you want to be independent? Why would you want to have your own crops that you're growing and harvesting your own produce and those type of things? Well, number one, in my opinion, it's because you know what's in those fruits and vegetables that you're growing. You know what's in those plants from the trees that you're growing. What was sprayed on them and what was put on those plants and stuff like that. So, that's one reason. But the other reason is because at the end of the day, they can't control that. They don't own that. You own that. You grow what you grow and you work on your own thing and you learn and you become as self-sufficient as you possibly can be. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. My eggs that I get here at the homestead don't come from some freaking mill where millions of chickens are raised up. They lay eggs and then they do that. So, but think about those things. Independence, freedom. It comes in so many forms, and the more independent that you can make yourself, the more free from the system, the better off you are. I'm going to tell you, we're going to talk about really quickly, and this is actually sad for me to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So I don't talk to my stepson very much because he's busy and he's living his life and he's 26 years old. And so we had a conversation the other day. And he's that young-minded person that's all in, very liberal thinking, and he lives down in New Jersey, and he's went and got himself vaccinated and had both of his shots, and and I said to him, I go, dude, this is just with the whole papers thing. I go, it's just like Nazi Germany, and he had said to me at that point. He said, no, it's not. He says, it's just an app on my phone. And wherever I go, if I go to the Yankees games, he goes, I show him the app and it's no problem. I go, it's the same thing. He goes, no, it's not. And I go, yes, it is. And that mindset where it's okay, I'm just going to do what I'm told, that's troublesome for me. It really is. And it makes me sad, to be honest with you. But, I was just a stepfather. And so, I was in his life from 5 to 16. So, and I still see him, Yeah, same concept, different application. Absolutely 100%. Let's see your paper so you have permission to do what you're going to do. And I don't think that that is the way it should be. And again, that's my opinion. You can do whatever you want to do. It's a free country for the most part. but they're trying to control us, and I don't want to be controlled, and I won't be controlled, and I'm not going to be told what I can and cannot do or what I have to do to get permission to do something else. No, not going to happen. That's just me. That's my take on anything. So you know, but again, everybody has individual decisions to make, and people do different things for different reasons, and that's the reality of that. So, but yeah, but anyway, continue to pay attention to this volcano. It could end up being a lot worse. We don't know. It may just be a regular eruption that goes on for however long it decides to erupt for, and then it's going to stop. But I would definitely think that, you know, watching that crack that's up there and, paying attention to that, and they're monitoring it. And the thing is, guys, I'm telling you, if they felt like that might go off, they're not going to. I don't believe they'll tell us until the last minute. I don't believe that they would. That then they would have no choice. If it went off into the ocean, they would have no choice. But the reality is, the panic from that would be unbelievably catastrophic. The loss of life would be unbelievably catastrophic. So, you know, I am moving and I discovered I have food stashed to the rafters and did not realize it. It is, Randy Romines, that's amazing that you say that, because I know, like with myself, I have a tremendous amount of food stashed away. And like I said, I do it for a lot of reasons. And but yeah, you don't realize how much you have until you get to make that, get going with stuff. And I'm like, man, we really got a lot of stuff. But it is what it is. So I encourage you all to continue to keep prepping, continue to get ready. There's no knowing what's going to happen, but I want to continue to work on my property in West Virginia and make that as viable as I possibly can. And my goal, personally, is to be down there full time. And so, if that means that next year in the spring I go down there, and if I can go down through the winter and see how things are, that's what I'll do. And I'll check things out, and we'll kind of go from there. But you know, I think it's smarter to stay kind of closer to home for this winter. I think we're going to be in personal opinion. I think we're going to be in for a bad winter. I really do. If it happens and I'm right, it doesn't mean I win nothing. I would go, oh crap, But my ladies need me here, and so I am going to stay here for the winter. And but like I said, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna take off from time to time and get out of Dodge. But yeah, it's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be a fun adventure down there. There's a lot of work to do, and it's just gonna take time and money is what it's gonna come down to. So if I save up more over the winter and go down there in the spring and have some projects in mind, which I do, I want to definitely build that shed down in the woods to use, as a place to go and be able to hang out in the woods and not have to be up in the open field. That's one thing. So, we're like I said, we're going to just kind of see how everything goes, and we'll go from there. So, but anyway, let's do this, guys, because I know the time is getting away here. Let's do We Are Legion. So let's do that first. So we are Legion because we are many. We are all over the place. We're all over the country, all over the world. Preppers and off-gridders, we are everywhere. In the good Legion, like the American Legion and the Roman Legion, not the bad biblical Legion. That's one example of a bad Legion. So where's everybody from tonight? We got Connecticut. I like the name. Awesome Sauce 753. I like that. That's good. Awesome Sauce. Melbourne, Australia. We have Virginia. Mintzburg, Pennsylvania, BC, Canada, Wisconsin, Northern Michigan, Buffalo, New York, Tennessee, Southwest Ontario, Canada, Mississippi and the Gulf Coast, Idaho, Las Vegas, Nevada, Nowhere, Oklahoma, Maine, Nowhere, Oklahoma is still my favorite though. Southwest Iowa, Central and West Virginia, the UK, Buffalo, New York, the Adirondacks, Maryland, uh, let's see, Beech Grove, Indiana, Mississippi, Buffalo, New York again, Northeast Pennsylvania, we have Canada, Elvin, Texas, East Tennessee, Palm Springs, Orlando, Florida, South Carolina, Oakfield, New York, North Central Texas, Kentucky, Mississippi, and the Gulf Coast. The UK is in the house. Very nice. Thank you for staying up. Phoenix, Arizona, Edgewater, Florida, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Lakeland, Florida, North Highlands of California, Franklin County, Ohio, Beech Grove, Indiana, Northwest Virginia, Detroit, Northeast Colorado, Florida, New Jersey, Dublin, Ohio, the Adirondacks with 80K man there. Let's see, Washington State, Mesa, Arizona, Kentucky, Maryland in the mountains. Let's see, we got Virginia. Independent Marine is back in Virginia. Let's see, Tulare, California. If I said that wrong, I apologize. Southern Michigan, Southeast Michigan, Jersey Shore, very nice. If a tsunami hits, I'm toast. Well, you better have a game plan. We have Princeton, West Virginia. Very nice, Sheila. You're close. You're close. uh, let's see. We got Arizona again, Northern Texas. So, but again, we're all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge network of people. We're a huge family, is what we are. We are the ones that are awake, and we're the ones that can make a difference when the time comes. We really are, and I think we should try to do that as the best that we possibly can. Just continue to prep, guys. Stay focused. Focus on what you can control, and that's what you can control. You can control what you're doing to help yourselves. You can control what you're doing to help your families. Really quickly, I do want to give some shout outs real quick. We have Icky Can up in Canada. I definitely want to give him a shout out. He's a good dude. So JJ will throw the link for him up there. If you would, just go up there and show him some support. Sean James in Canada as well. He's got a great channel up there. Doug and Stacy have a good channel. You have Pinball Preparedness. You have Green Greg's. There is Marfugal News out on the West Coast with Adam. Awesome channel there. 80K Man here. He's got his channel as well. So let's definitely show him some support as well. Also, we have Magic Prepper. There is Southern Prepper 1. There's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Love his channel. You have Suspicious Observer, another good channel. There's so many good channels out there, guys. We have Angry Prepper, Sensible Prepper. You have Alaskan Prepper, Alaskan Granny, and again, a lot of good channels out there. A lot of good information. So many channels to choose from to look at to see what everybody's doing. Everybody's doing something a little bit different, and I think that's North Shore Preparedness. Exactly. There's another one. Yep. So again, a lot of information, different take on stuff. Definitely look at all the different stuff. Prepared Mind. Yep, I like John. I've listened to him. So there is, like I said, there's a lot of good channels out there. We should be supporting each other, and I think that's important. I really do. So anyway, time has gone by very, very fast. I want to thank my moderators again for what they do, ladies and gentlemen that moderate for me. I appreciate you keeping the chat clean, and thank you for doing so. Also, I want to thank all of you guys for being here, supporting me and stuff like that. I missed being on my live streams. I'll be honest with you. I really did. I missed it big time. So, thank you for all your support. It really does mean a lot to me. And like I said, now I'm back home. We're going to get back to normal. And then, of course, again, next month, I'm going to go back down to West Virginia, probably for another week or so. And we'll be seeing what we can get done and what we can get accomplished down there. Obviously, we're not going to be renting a Bobcat this next time. So there'll be other things that we're going to work on. We're going to work on trees. I'm going to work on those springs and those type of things. So we're going to get all that going. I want you guys to remember that we are all in this together. That is important to remember, that we are one race called the human race. And I think a lot of people do lose sight of that because we are so manipulated constantly by the media, by the government. They perpetuate it constantly to keep us at each other's throats over race, religion, political affiliation, the vaxxed and the unvaxxed. I mean, it is unbelievable the amount of manipulation that goes on. And I see it constantly. And I think some people just are so caught up in it, they don't see it. But if we can put that aside, and come together, we have the power. We really do. And that's what people need to remember. You want all this nonsense that's going on in this country to stop? If we stood up together, there it would absolutely stop. It absolutely would. So anyway, that field is large enough for your own helicopter. That would be awesome. That'd be a quick trip. I could do that. I could make a pad up here on top of the hill, clear out a spot, fly from here right down to West Virginia. That'd be awesome. That'd be a lot quicker. It'd be a little expensive though. So anyway, also remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Tomorrow, like I said, we never know what's going to happen in life. So we need to tell the people that we love and care about every day. And I will. Somebody just said check my email. Stephen Urso with the legacy order. I'll check it, Stephen. When I get off here, I'll take a look. So, but anyway, also remember, guys, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that can stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. Nobody can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from that negativity, and you're going to be just fine. Uh, keep prepping, keep doing what you're doing, keep getting ready. The unknown can be scary, but boy, I'll tell you what, the more prepared you are for that unknown, the better you sleep at night. Really makes a big, big difference. All right. I will see you guys all later. I hope everybody's doing great. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse One out for now.